boiling springs, geysers, vents that could be ignited with a match, glens deadly with poison gases, a huge crystal lake, and waterfalls as tall as 1,000 feet. Having heard those tales of strange wonders at the head of the Yellowstone River, these men determined to find out for themselves their veracity. The Washburn expedition was organized primarily to verify the fragmentary information they and others had heard from trappers, prospectors, and the Folsom Party of the previous year. Although other parties predated it, the Washburn Party has received most of the credit for discovery of the area, because it was the first to adequately report its findings. But so great were the wonders of the Yellowstone that it took several expeditions to make the world believe in them. 5 years before Everts' adventure, President Lincoln had appointed him Assessor of Internal Revenue for the new territory of Montana. Losing that political position in early 1870, Everts stayed in the area hoping to find another job. But by midsummer, with nothing turning up, he had decided to return east with his grown daughter Elizabeth, or Bessie, who, as a belle of Helena society, was being courted by another member of the 1870 Washburn Party, Warren C. Gillette. Everts' presence on the Washburn expedition into the Yellowstone wilderness was therefore a kind of between-jobs vacation, although it turned into an experience that would sear his memory forever. He was the oldest member of the expedition, nearsighted but otherwise healthy, with no wilderness experience. The privations which befell him apparently did him no permanent harm, for in 1880 or 1881, when he was 64 or 65, he was married to a 14-year-old. He fathered a son at nearly 75 and lived on another 10 years after that. He spent his declining years at Hyattsville, Maryland, as a minor employee of the post office. The Washburn expedition, consisting of 19 men, 40 horses, and a dog, entered the present park from the north, visiting Tower Fall, Mount Washburn, and the upper and lower falls of the Yellowstone River. Traveling along the east shore of Yellowstone Lake, the party rounded the southeast arm on September 7th and camped on the shore of the lake, probably near one of the many unnamed creeks that flow into it south of the Molly Islands. Here Everts and another party member, Cornelius Hedges, climbed the high plateau just south of the southeast arm of Yellowstone Lake, which today is the north end of Two Ocean Plateau. Hedges named this plateau Mount Everts, a name that did not stick. Hedges' account of the climb appeared in the Helena Daily Herald for October 8, 1870, at a time when Everts was still lost in the wilderness. The evening of the following day, September 8, 1870, the party camped on present Grouse Creek, east of Channel Mountain. On September 9th, the party camped on the headwaters of Surprise Creek. Everts, having been split up from the main group during the day, did not come in. In a later letter to his sister, party member Cornelius Hedges stated that the place where we lost him was in an almost impenetrable forest on the south shore of the Yellowstone Lake. We stayed over a week looking for him, or until we had barely enough provisions left to take us home. Other party members noted Everts' failure to arrive in camp. In his report, Lieutenant G.C. Doane stated, "Mr. Everts did not come in with the rest of the party, and the men sent back on the trail found no trace of him. We fired signal guns and kept watchfires during the night, but without success." Hedges noted in his journal, "All in but Everts, and we felt well around the fire." A third party member, Warren Gillette, was concerned when the group camped at 2 o'clock. "Here we learned to a certainty that Mr. Everts was lost. He was reported an hour or so before we stopped as not being with the train, but nothing was thought of it. Fired guns and hallooed, but could not get an answer. Some thought of not leaving this camp till he's found. Everts had matches, which he took this morning, but has no overcoat or blankets and no lariat for his horse. Has guns and ammunition, but is nearsighted." Thus began 37 days of peril in the wilderness for 50-year-old Truman C. Everts. During that time, he kept alive mainly by subsisting on the roots of a